in our day now. But through the eyes of not understanding, they don't use spiritual covenant to display in their life. So what they displaying this covenant become a religious, become a holiday of Thanksgiving. So the Thanksgiving it take place by the pilgrims from Mayflower, from England, but they named them their boat called Mayflower. When they survive with the Indian in this country, they make it to Thanksgiving. So that Thanksgiving is the one we should thank God and acknowledge God that God made covenants with them, and the people, the Mayflowers, the pilgrims, made covenant with the Almighty God. But nowadays, you don't see that. They put this as a national holiday. They substituted with turkeys. You know turkeys?
Yes.
So what does turkey have to do with Thanksgiving? And another source, they put a lot of vegetable. So what does vegetable have to do with with the covenant with God? So
Yes.
you're not spiritually. So you knowledge about turkey, about fruits, about everything about that. That is the source, but you have to go with the creator of that source. The creator of that source. You have to thank the one that create that turkey, the one that bear fruits, or give a land for you to stay. That's why all the holidays that America try to show to the world, and the people of America, they are ashamed to talk about God. They are ashamed about in God we trust, or to put God first that leading the people of America. So now, from the pilgrims from England, when they start to make America, it's 400 years. 400 years.
Yes.
But through the 400 years, there's a lot of mislead. Even nowadays, I think the government of America, they're not leading to the right way anymore. So they don't teach us the way of the pilgrim that built in this country. So the story about America, most of the people don't really talk about the real story that really make America strong. So to make America strong, you have to acknowledge God, number one. Number two, in your faith, you have to practice, God, in God we trust. And then the next part, you have to surrender back to the founder to tell people that, because not you, because the people that make covenant with the Lord, because of the people that make covenant with God, and God promised to bring to this, to answer the covenant they are making with the Lord. See? And now we can see this part right now playing a role, because you look at the history, how it's been changed from 20 years, maybe another 20 years, it make another change.
Yeah.
But for me, for you, we follow, God's sign, God's timing, and then we have to look at, like, okay, there's a sign of that. There's only two signs. One is God's way, the other sign is Satan's way. So Satan, he know how to manipulate, how to show, how to gain, and how to use, how he can use, to to destroy God's works. But God say, I manifest my sons and daughter to destroy your work. So the covenant it's like that. It's like, oh, okay, we stay in the covenant of God. We have a promise of God. God promised this and that and that. But you don't stay in the promise of God. The words, in English, it's easy called curse. You don't have the blessing. The blessing will not follow you. But you will have your own survival. That survival is, you have to work for your own salvation. You have to you have to work something out to to make you to call yourself, and then that all your work, all that you do, you're not surrender to God at all. You don't give glory to God. And now I'm trying to say that spiritually, the people don't know spiritually give God the glory. So they lost the total spiritual covenant with God. So now we come to three types of God. God dealing with the people, or God dealing with with the nation that they don't worship God, or they don't put God first. So it's not just happen in our day. We read the whole Bible. The Bible from Genesis through the book of, I think, the last book in the Old Testament, it was Micah or Mike, something like that. So drawing the time how we can follow the timing of God. So the timing of God is like, okay, you look at the book of Genesis through the story of Genesis first. So the story of Genesis, it talk about the creation of God, make everything, and then God make man, and man have to stay with God. Or the other one is like, they don't stay with God. That story take place. Just two sons of Adam come out from Eve, Cain and Abel. So Cain, the reason it show right there in the Bible, the story there, Cain did not receive the revelation, or did not bring the revelation of their faith to stick the way that God want them to follow his worshiping. So Cain worship the Lord, come with the fruit, with the thing they harvest, the fruit which is like, and then his life is like, he like to do is like go plant some more fruit. But you look at Abel and look at Adam. Adam did not tell much story about him. How did he grow? How did he survive? But I think Adam, he understand when he was with the Lord Almighty, before the fall, before he stepped out, or he got spirit into him, which is not follow God's spirit anymore, follow the serpent, and the serpent is the woman. So, but in that revelation, Adam understood the way to worship God, and God says, Adam, that time he doesn't have to bring anything to God. The only thing at that time is Adam having a relationship, and God come to fellowship with him every day. But after he sinned, God replaced a sacrifice of animal for forgiving of his sin. And then later on, he used the skin of the animal. Maybe that was a sheep. So he used that skin for cover up the naked that Eve and Adam. So that nature in Adam there, he was the true worshiper of God. He didn't have the thing that to offer him his worship, because that time he was in the Garden of Eden. He did not fall into sin, and then when you fall into sin, you separated, you die. So God cannot come close to him, and the voice of God will follow Adam. Say, Adam, Adam, where art thou? But what I'm saying, after that, he see the form that God likes. God liked him to worship. God liked him to bring to him. So he take the rule of God, say, okay, the way you want to come to me, you have to bring something that have life, have blood and life. The life in the blood. So when you bring vegetable, you bring all the kinds of that thing. It tell you don't have the truth worshiping. You don't have the truth that God will please what we worshiping. Now, in Thanksgiving, it's a sign like this. Thanksgiving, the people don't seem like they sacrifice, they offer something to the Lord with their own likeness, like God, like God nature. So they just replace their own nature. So their own nature is like, okay, this is what I have. I gotta give to God. What I have is I bring to God. So they substituted that thing, but their heart's not given to God. So the heart is the way of God. In other words, God deal with your hearts. God knows your hearts. Your heart have to make a covenant, something that stay in God's promise. So what I'm saying, when Cain offers a thing to the Lord, God didn't say Cain don't have to offer. Cain offered that too. But then he talked to Cain. He said, because your heart, because you have a different motive to give it to me. That's why you keep yourself angry about, what I accept. I accept the way of Abel sacrifice. But you're not happy what I accept, So you're not happy what I accept. And then you take your own self to be what? To play a God, to judge Abel's life. So he the Bible, it's very short. So he killed Abel. So is that his job to kill Abel, or his job say, okay, God, you should talk to God. Cain should talk to God. God, I did, I read some in the Bible there. It said he did talk to God, and God told him, I did not take your offer, because your offer is not what my planet is. My planet to show, to to bring it to me. So that's what happened. Is like, this there now. I'm making a short story short, because nowadays people do the same thing. They offer something to God, or they try to come to God. They not come with their hearts to the Lord. Even the sign, the sign each country right now, each country is belong to the people, and the people have faith to believe, and it's not wrong, whatever you believe. But when you believe, it's not it's not God's covenant. It's not make covenant with God, and God will not grant you. God will say, let you do it, and then nothing, and then God say, okay, you worship, not worship me, you worship another gods, which is Satan. But when I'm saying this, the same thing, I can see the the voice the people wants, It's like their rights as their right. So in America, I see the other group, the politician or the people that follow, they don't want to put the people, they choose their way. For example, the left wing, which called the Democratic Party, they say uh, uh, defund police. I don't know. In Kenya, you heard about why the people like to defund police. What is defund police? So they say, okay, we don't like police. We want to run police ourselves. So when you want to do your own defense, and then you don't like the police what is doing, so you accusing the police. You're accusing the police doing this, doing that. But when they got in trouble, do they can take care of themselves, or they have to go with somebody else to have the right with carry arm, to carry some gun, something like that to help them. So here in America, it's like this. It's like that. It's like people right now. The other groups like the Republic people, they say, okay, we want to have carry arm. That's the second amendment. It's like weapon. You have the right to carry arms to protect yourself. But another group said, no, we want to control the guns. So they want to take the self defense. They say, self defense away from yourself. But they want to take control over the police too. That's why they say defund the police. But I like a word like this. Defend the police. Defend. Defund is mean like you cut down the financial and cut down the resource to have a police in your country or in your city or something like that. But when you feel like, no, we should support, you defend, you support the police. To police, they are the one help make peace and make security, all that. So that's two roles there, that like that. But those people, they don't think, what the what make you great. So what make you great?
To make you great is to fund the police, to protect, to keep law and order. And yourself, you have to be, your mind has to be, protect your, like, to protect yourself is to have law and order working.
Uh-huh.
Not go against the law.
Oh yeah, good part right there. I can't bring that you're discussing right now. I said not go against the law. So that's what I'm trying to talk with you and get to view people that listen to me. It's like, okay, what made you great? You have to keep your covenant. What is the law and order? What is the right for you? In other words, if I stay in my right, I obey the law and I surrender everything to my right, and then I protect that. I protect that right. When I protect that right, what does that mean to protect that right?
Yeah.
I protect my policy, I protect my contract. My contract, like in the USA here, the law, the constitution, the first law for us is we are the people, we have the right to what? To freedom, to have freedom, to follow that covenant, the freedom of what? The freedom of speech, the freedom of religious, the freedom of another part like protect yourself, bearing arm. Bearing arm, I think the Second Amendment. So the bearing arm, you know you're right. You don't want to change. You don't want to change that constitution. You don't want to change that amendment. So when you change that amendment, you lose your own privilege to carry your arm. For example, if I am a police, I have the right, whatever my position as a policeman, what do I represent to the people? You have a badge, you have an ID, and then you have the uniform, and then you carry guns, weapons, something like that, right? To protect yourself and to protect the people they disobey the law. To put down to put down the people that not obey the law. So that is your it's the right, and that is the thing that I proud to have. For example, my gun is, I have a gun, but my gun's not gonna go steal or to rob people, and I have the right to be armed. I am the people. I am the right. I'm the people. I mean, I'm not a position of police, but if your country allow you to do that, you should keep that one. That's why in America right now, that another group, the Democratic Party, they want to control gun. That's why you see the state in USA here. Why some states they are under the republic, and then they have their law is different. The law in the republics, like in Texas. How come Texas everybody want to have guns? If you go to Texas, you watch out. Everybody carry guns. They carry from the big rifle gun up to the small gun, and that gun is protect themselves. And then they go hunting as well. They use the gun go hunt, shooting for habit and all that. So most of the people know they own guns, but they make themselves safety. It's hard for the thief to go steal over there. And then you saw that like some of the news, people have gun and try to go shoot people at the church or in a gathering, something like that. The right of the people go after the thief, and then your right can put them down when you're in a private. In other words, when they come to steal in your private houses, you can arrest them, or you can even they kill under your under your territory. The law protect you. The law protect you because that is called safe defense. See, safe defense. So they don't wait. They cannot wait for the the law to show up, but they have something to protect themselves or carry with them to protect. So that is something that I was asking you show how are we like what I'm saying, show is like how do you feel when you have the right to carry gun, but you use that gun for the right purpose.
You feel safe.
Yeah, you feel yourself or surrounding yourself, you're safer, and then you display to the other people, say no, you cannot go mess around with that area. You go mess around with that area, they have their own militant like they have their own police.
Yes.
So nowadays when you go somewhere, Do you need the police to go along with you, or you hire private security? Yes, you do.
No.
No, you do. You need your own security. Even, but when you, for example, I am in the position of the government work right now. They assign security to protect me, you know. But I'm not in a position in the government. I'm just a secular people. But if I do something right, I go to the law, ask them to get the right to protect me. So either who give them the right to protect, it have to assign from the law. So from the laws, from the government, and the government work under the city, under the, for example, judge or court, something like that, and the court order to have a protection, you know. So, and then the court give it to the city and say, okay, the city, you have to give 2-3 police to protect this man right here. So when I talk about this, that's what happened right now. The team that a lawyer or whoever, you know, side with the Trump's Republic Party, because the Republic Party right now, they have the evidence to go, you know, in front of the judge, in front of the, you know, court, but they're not gonna give you all the evidence to tell, oh, this guy here, he will be my witness, and then they call affidavit, you know, and then the affidavit try to get the evidence to all the world, to the news, and then these people, no, I don't have my protection yet, so I cannot show myself in the front of a public jet. So I need security to protect me first. So they have to go to ask the judge. You go ask to that police. The police say, no, I cannot protect you. You don't have any order from the top. You know, you don't have any order yet. So it's go by order. Okay, that's another thing right there. And then the people have the right to bear arms, assigned from the police, you know, from the city authority. They have a group to protect you, and then you can hire your own private protection as well, if you have a lot of money. You know, you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but you don't have a lot of money. You just gotta go along with what is the service provide you. For example, right now, I'm in a position of government. I have that protection. Like the president of the United States right now, they protect the whole family of, you know, for presidency. When become a president, they have 10-year protection. Even they off of the, you know, term of running a president, they still under agency government protection, escort you for 10 years. So when you go to a foreign country, they send out an agency to protect, to you know, to clear everything out before the presence of the president be there. So they're gonna send all the team to look after, you know, for the agent of maybe, I don't know, FBI, CIA, or military that go after that too. And then the other country, they let have that policy of your own security protection, but you work together with the foreign country, whoever country in that country is. So that kind of protection right there. But right now, the people on the left, you know, the left of the, you know, like, you know, Joe Biden leadership there, he don't think that, you know, promoting that kind of protection.
Yeah.
So what that means? That means they want to change that law. They want to change that constitution. So they not obey that law. So right now, they not obey that law right now. they try to go ahead. What is the operation of the law right now? That's why I come to discuss with you. When you call me and say, no, we get to talk. You don't know, propagating of the news, telling about America. They think that Joe Biden is winning. No, in the eyes of the false news or the cheater, in other words, the cheater, they are thinking they win because they want to win by cheating. But God's want to stop who is cheater. God's ways want to stop who is cheater. But God gave us the right to do that. Now, if we misunderstood, it doesn't matter who win, who lose. But if I am a lawyer, I want to see in the court that is to stop the one that cheating. They want justice for all. Law and order and justice. It's not about to, bribe the money. For another word, if I hire a lawyer, but I pay a lot of money for this lawyer use that money to bribe, the judge, or bribe whatever, create a false witness. But that's still corrupt. That's still not solving problem. They might get away this time, but the next time will not get away by somebody else. They can do their own investigation, and then they got something that the evidence. They say, oh, I saw this lawyer. He got the money from a certain source of that. That money is no, that's money was corrupted. It was money was handing to them. It's not in the contract that in the contract of paying. That is double from the contract that paying him. So then they see that, oh, this lawyer got the money, and the money give it to whoever, the judge or something, people there. That's why right now, in the eyes of the people, understood how come you become a politician, you become in your control, you got rich so fast, how come you can afford a lot of money to buy houses, to buy a vehicle to use, and then you use your power, your team of they use your agency that working for the government to protect yourself, protect them, because they have higher power. Say, oh, do whatever I tell you to do. But if you not do like me, I'm gonna write out. I'm gonna fire you. I don't want to be my group into my agent to protect me. Right, like a bodyguard. If your bodyguard work for the government, and then you have to hide something, you have to make that what you call it, corruption with them. Okay, now I talk this one here. It's in English, and it's on my Facebook. So I think it was on Tuesday, Donald Trump, he pardoned Michael Flinch. Flinch. Why he pardoned Michael Flinch? I don't know you follow him or not. He's a general, the defense, the military defense. But under Obama, he's not with Obama. I think he's Republican. So what he means is he want to put him out. So the FBI, CIA trap him. He accusing him he's liar to FBI. But the source was set up make him to lie because they want to fire him. They want to accuse him that he treason. It's like you are revolution against our country. So why it happened, when Donald Trump become a president, and then the case, bring him to court, and the court was not settled yet, and now Donald Trump pardon him. He's like, clear him. He's no longer as the, what is the government accusing him against the governments, all that. Why? And the people of the news say, how come Donald Trump feel to pardon him? Maybe Donald Trump, he's no more power in January. Maybe, he turned the power to Joe Biden. That's why he pardoned them. That's more people thinking like that way. And a lot of news, propagates, telling to the people like that. But my understanding, Michael Flynn is the key for a witness. So if he need that key for a witness, he have to clear from the government standpoint, say, okay, he can do anything now. He's a free man. And then he can use his freedom of speech. He can use his authority, what he witnessed in the corruption with Obama, with Hillary Clinton. And then what he see right now, he can be a team helping Donald Trump. That's why he don't have to wait continue for Michael Flynn to go to court, and the Supreme Court gonna be order, okay, you're a free man. And then it's too late. He needs him now in the right hand, in the right time to help the Republicans team right now. So that's why my opinion is like Donald Trump need good man, good man in his team. So he know whoever's not good man right now, he fire them. He fired them. Even right now, they allow the Joe Biden to set up his team, his cabinet. I think he's smart, because before he start like, okay, restrict some of that, not allowing them to do it. But he feel like, okay, now I give my administration of the party of whoever feel like win, prepare themselves in the future to come to run the White House. So they let them have access to finance to start up something. So now he saw that, oh, now they are doing that. But and then at the end, like December 6th, December 12th, January 6th, and January 20th, it will be the sign. So who will be the president? And Donald Trump still the president. And then he saw, oh, that's all the people, those wicked people, the corruption people. They come back. And then they come back to form a team. And that is the evidence. The next, whoever lawyer want to sue them, they can see the team planning to destroy America. So it's a lot of evidence for Donald Trump to have for 4 more years. So in the past 4 years, he did not set up that one. That's why they impeach him. And then the Republicans, senator or the Republican Congress was not trust with Donald Trump, not fully 100% yet. When he ran for president, a lot of them, they thought he's not going to win. For example, there's a man called Lindsey Gordon. He's a senator, I think from South Carolina. He was the one that really bully again. It's like a hater to Donald Trump. Even Ted Cruz. He's run for president too, but he did not win to the Super Tuesday. But they are not trust Donald Trump. He don't feel that Donald Trump would be a president at all. Some of them not endorse Donald Trump, but later on Donald Trump got victory at the election. And then he became run office. And then he did the right thing. He changed the corruption of the Republic and the Democratic. Donald Trump go into, run the politician there. He's the outsider. He's not a politician. He got there. He know both sides were corrupted, but somehow now the Republicans party see Donald Trump did the right thing. He's the right man for change the United States to be pro God, put God first. So that is the fear of the people now. They have fear, admire who is the real Donald Trump is. Not the false people telling about Donald Trump. So Donald Trump have to display himself that way. For example, he mentioned his salary. He don't want to take the salary from paying tax. He rather give it back to charity. And then, not because he's poor, he want to go to run the government for more money. No, it's not that. He's a billionaire already. So the only talk about other talk bad about that is like to get him out from a position of the running USA. Running means controlling the USA. But he's not controlling just USA. He's controlling the whole world. He tried to help the world, not give to Satan to control. That's why he's more protecting the Constitution, protecting the right of, for the people's right. So that's why, I'm coming to talk about that, because if I don't come talk about that, and the people that believe in God, they don't know who they are protecting. They go along with the voice of the people right now, the voice of the false news. And the voice of God say, no, I'm in control. I will make the thing that the people are telling about that's a false news. That's why yesterday, in Pennsylvania state, it's the state that God told. This is the state called the state of bills of right, Philadelphia, brotherly love, all that. And that the state, they make the law, constitution out from Pennsylvania and out of Philadelphia, city. And then they move on to Washington, D.C. So right now, the case in Philadelphia, it will somewhat turn to Trump's favor, because the lawyers, that Trump's lawyer, his name is Rudy Giuliani, and all the rest of that team, they not give up. They gonna sue. They gonna go. They sue the city. The city they reject, and then they go to Supreme, like to the federal, state, not the federal, to the state, and the state jump in. And the state jump in. They say, okay, now we can see there's evidence already. There's corruption in the electoral, in the city of Philadelphia. So now they let it to see that, okay, now show to the people there is true corruption. There is true false vote was stolen. There is. And the other news did not report. They say, oh, it's okay. No, there's no evidence. Just go along whatever they say, So the first thing they know, it was corrupted before election day. After the election day, the counting, there's another miscounting, or try to cheat in that counting. And later on, the number was not matched. A lot of number. How come at the end of the number, at the end of 11 o'clock and at 3 o'clock in the morning, the number would jump up high for Joe Biden. It's no number for Donald J. Trump. That's a sign of cheating there. No, in 1 hour or in 30 seconds or something like that. For example, I tell I try to talk to people and I discuss. Okay, you have one machine. The machine you vote. You put that ballot paper into the machine. Let's say in 10 minutes, how many paper you can feed that bottle can feed into that machine. If that machine in 10 minutes can feed let's say 10,000, in 10 minutes you can do that. But in the result of the number, in 10 minutes it go up to 20,000. That's wrong, because the machine can handle only 10,000 in 30 minutes. How come the number punch into the computer from that machine is 20,000? Where is the timing? The timing of the work in the machine, it's too much. So that's that one that can be discussing in front of the court, to use that machine to show them, here machine, feed it. So right now it stopped in 30 minutes, we get only 10,000. So now this number that was for Joe Biden, in 10 and in 30 minutes it jump up double. How can you feed? That means you are cheating another half of a number. You're adding more number in there. That's one case to prove. But another case is they say, okay, they work that part to manipulate the number. It was a software were hired by the foreign country that set up, they call it 3 company, the Dominion, the what is the another one called Smart Matter, or another one called Style, something like that. See, those outside foreign country try to cheat, because when they cheat they get away, because they're a foreign country and the US cannot go after them right away. But now they cannot, because when you go to court and the court hold on to the number of each city, either recall, either not certified, because when you're not certified to stop all that work, the case keep on going. So until in the US there's a system, when the court cannot solve the problem, they give it to the senator and the Congress to solve the problem. So the senator will vote for vice president to be in office, and then the Congress will vote for the president into the office. If there's nobody in the office of president, the Congress and the senator will run temporarily as a president. So that's the last decision. I think will be January 6th. They will be voting if the lawsuit or the court cannot solve problem. It have to be under the hand of Congress and senator election. So that means they have to follow the step by step of the law here in the USA law. It's not like people say, okay, Joe Biden won already. No, he's not win yet. And my opinion to the people is, wait until we end of 2020, because God will jump back in 2021. 2021 is the number 2021. Number 2021, it's the continue of God's work again. So it's the odd number. Even his number, presidency of Donald Trump, his 45th president. Okay, 45th president. He become a president because not the voice of the people, not because the election of the people, because the hands of God put him there. He's 45. Now he become a 46. The hand of man. So man right now have to be show. Man have to stand up to stand up, show in the front of the people in the court and in the Congress and the senator. So those senator cannot play game anymore, because senator know, if you want to support Donald Trump to be a president, you can vote for Donald Trump. I mean that Congress for the president. And the senator want to be whoever to be a president, a vice president, and the senator have to vote for put a vice president there. This is in the hand of the mind for the people. The people's choice. So 46 is the people's choice to put the right person to run for America. And when the right person run for America, and the false people that talking wrong right now, they're not choosing by God. They try to lean the people under Satan control. They're gonna be ashamed. They're gonna be say, okay, I lost because I tried to cheat, and the cheat you cannot get away. The thief cannot get away. They're gonna put in jail. If I am a righteousness people, I'm gonna work out until I find out there's a thief in that country. If I cannot cut that thief, I have no safety to live in that area. So who gonna help you to cut that thief? Everybody join, everybody, until that thief come up say, I am the thief. So he surrender, and then that's it. We found out there's no more thief live in that area anymore. So America will turn around like that, and then America will see to show the world. People try to surrender to Satan. Say, no, I will not give to Satan yet. I will still control. I will still control America. America make covenant with me, with God. And America people, God answered the prayer or the covenant for the founder of America. So I'm talking about the Thanksgiving that America saying it was the right way, that founder to make God's first priority to God. They put God first in this land. And then they work out hard already when they got through Civil War. And then they, what I'm saying, Civil War, and before the war, the revolution against the British. The British want to control, but the Pilgrims, the Mayflower, no, they say, no, British, stop. We want to be independent. So in 1775, they fought against the British, so they won. And then 76 they become independent. So that's the real story. The people have to lose their life for, sacrifice their life for the cause of the people in our generation. So now I just put a clip, the CBN showing a clip right now. 10% of the Pilgrims still DNA of Mayflower Pilgrims. Like I say, probably one of that of Pilgrim from Donald Trump's DNA. His grandpa, his grandmother, they are from Irish. And then his father is Germany. So the country Irish and Germany is not too far. So that he's a DNA of Pilgrims. Even his wife now, they are from European. I think what's that country called? But anyway, that is a part of a DNA. But I don't know. Maybe DNA of Joe Biden. He was the British. The colony of the British is not the one that are on the side of the British country. But the Pilgrims that left the British, they're not under the government of the British. They just want to have a freedom of worship. and then there's no form of worship in England. If you worship your own God, like the Bible, or you read the Bible, or you have a source of worship in that Bible, they will kill you. So they rather don't want to die, and then they get on a boat and just settle down by the wind of the boat below them, and they got into the land of over here. And that land first, they got into the Plymouth Island. That's in Massachusetts area, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, in the East Coast. Then they later on they thank God, and because they survive, and then they make a covenant. They made a covenant with God with Thanksgiving, and then they made covenant with God when they got over to establish United States of America. But this true story, they don't want to put that the founder of America that made this country. Okay, that's enough to talk about America. What about your country? You under the British too. How come the British you give you up and then you become independent?
Yeah, we fought them.
Right. You have to fight them.
They ran away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they ran away.
Mm-hmm.
And they handed over power to the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, then now we are independent. But to myself, I say better if they could stay.
Okay.
Why? You know why? It's because during that time, when we were under colony, the economy was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are the one who are in power, they are the one who are managing everything, the government, and also they could search even business overseas, they could win.
Mm-hmm.
And also corruption, because we were under the Queen's leadership.
Uh-huh.
So there was no much corruption. There was no corruption because they could do things right the way they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when now we started ruling ourselves, corruption entered,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was ruined, and people stole money, they looted money, and the business was not going well. And now the economy went down, and everybody became poor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say. So became poor. From that time, those who came to power are the one who are rich.
Uh-huh.
The common man is poor.
Yeah.
You know,
So let me ask you, what year you become independent for Kenya? 1963. Okay. I think you're later than my country. My country, no, 63. Yeah, we become independent from the French 1954. So we earlier, but it's not different what you was describing. They cannot run the country and then they become collapse. But what I'm saying that time, that's after World War II. Okay, after the America fighting to help in European, and then to helping in Asia to help like Korea, Japan. They fight a war against Japan, all that. So because the world after the war, and then they seem like they have no more to to sustain or to help you, and then maybe your people or the people of Kenya try to revolution against them. So and that's why they become what I'm saying. It's all over the place, brother, all over the world after World War II. You know, either America give up or America gain, or either British lost, or our friends lost. They no longer to control. But later on, the leader choose. They choose either they choose like either don't put God first, so they go for more corruption, and then they are corruption, and then God don't help them, and then we become suffer, and later on they wonder why they're corrupt, they suffer all that, and but now I'm looking in our day, right now, the only two sides that they either you with America, but you one side is like America in other party like a Democratic Party. So Democratic Party, they want to side with China, they want to side with Russia, and then they want to bully to Israel or bully to America. And now America run by Donald Trump, by Republic right now. They are more standard is more righteousness. It's more like if you put the skill, it's like God's more God though. If you have more godliness, then God will be bless you. God say, if you obey my covenant, obey my law and everything, I will bless you. I will let you have a head, not a tail. But then if you lose God, and then you more on the skill is like the other ones like stop all your faith, to worship God and believe God, that, and then God will walk away, let you have corruption. So and then that part is like you understand the spiritual world, the spiritual people, the mind of the people, how much they're spiritually with God, not the play politician, spiritual politician. So you're a spiritual politician. Yeah, you can have your churches big, you can have your church with the big denomination, or that church can go along with the wishy-washy, the Catholic, Catholic call a church of universe. But then you are militant against the whatever the policy of the Catholic. Yeah, you those small number that make that grades for each country, like America, it was a small number come from British. So yeah, that like like I see that right now, even we're not jealousy of their doing acting. For example, you see in your own eyes right now in Kenya, people getting rich, but they're not helping the people. They use their resource in their country to build the rich and famous. But one day, when God called them, is that they're rich? Is that they're famous? Is that their resource can help them to go back to God? No, I don't think so. So we have to stick with the truth gospel, which we have to stick with the solution for the people is that you have to come to the gospel of the kingdom of God. So if you're not open your hearts, starting from the leader, and then if from the smaller like us, we stay with the truth of God. It doesn't matter how corruption they are, but one day they end up in the other side, lake of fire, because they deny what we stand up, for the real truth, for the real sacrifice of our life, and then we stood up to preach the gospel. The gospel for it said in Matthew chapter 12:24. It starts now 14 first. 14 say, this gospel you will preach to all, let's say, the gospel of the kingdom will preach to all nations, and that will be the end. So, before, because Matthew 24 was talking to the last day for Israel. So, in our eyes right now, we have to see the Israelite people preaching the kingdom of God. Now I begin to see right now, Israel people, they are preaching the gospel right now. I listen to them too. I listen to the rabbi, and the rabbi talking very good. I mean, they don't accept Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior yet, but they're talking in the covenant, in the old covenant. It was matching. They say Messiah, or they say Masih. You know, the Masih will come. Masih will come. So right now, Messiah, Masih already come 2,000 years ago, but they reject. But the gap that they reject, they say, okay, they will come back. You know, we cut off and then we come back. Now I can see that the Judeans people, the Israelite people right now, the Jews, they are preaching Messiah. They are preaching Messiah, revealing to them. So, and the time God take the Gentile out, take the bride of Jesus Christ out, the gospel, we give it to the Jews to preach. And now we are living this end time right now. I can see this right now. And I favor some of the Jews preaching. I like them too. Even they don't accept Jesus Christ, but they waiting for, they are their covenant of God. They will be, you know, in the great tribulation. And the great tribulation, the Jews will preach the gospel. God gave the gospel preaching by the Lord Jesus Christ and replaced by the Holy Spirit to the disciple. And the disciple was locked down by 325 AD. The Catholic took over 1,000 years. And then the Protestants come, Martin Luther, and then we have a chance to stand up and preach the gospel. And God used USA to display the gospel preached throughout by the Gentile Israel. Even the Israel come to live in this country here. Some of them, they converted to be Christian Judaism. And then now Christian Judaism is going back to Israel to preach the gospel. I saw yesterday, I forgot to put in a clip, the CBN people, they showed Christian blacks descendant go to Israel, try to make covenant with the Jewish people over there, and then they got threatened. They said the government not protecting them. But they think the gospel belongs just to the white people. No, because the history, Brother John, it's truly in the beginning, scientists find out DNA of Adam, descendant of Adam. You know what color is Adam is? You African descendant. You don't know that?
No, I don't know.
What about it? They say Adam. What's the meaning of Adam?
No, I don't know.
Red or dark?
Means human.
No, red earth. Red clay. Adam is mean clay. It's red, it's dark. Look at the soil. You look at the soil right now, what color is the soil? Either big, some area in the mountain, the mountain or a volcano, they are white, they are red, but you combine all together, will come what? I think will come dark color. So in the beginning of DNA of Adam, he was dark color. Okay, I send a clip to you so you can follow that one. Yes. DNA nowadays DNA, through the machine, they can find out how very far away what area you come from. That's how DNA can detect you. That's why they say they detect Adam. Adam was in the area. Their first their skin was a dark skin, and that's why you're in air that the continental Africa, it was dominated by God's power there first. You have the privilege of not having like worship idols, not much worship idol. You are more worshiping the force, or more worshiping the creation. If you travel right now, you go to Asia, the most before religious form, the Chinese people form a religious, or the India people form the religious. They worship the same thing. It's Africa worship the nature, the creation, the forces. Before the American Red Indian, the same thing. They worship, creation, the forces, the wind, the sky, the moon, something like that. Until people bring the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament, and then we have a form of understanding God, the Creator, that make all that thing, and then we can, show ourselves who is God more likely. But through scientists, DNA, they find out there's a people from Adam, his skin was a dark skin. Yep. I will link that and I think it's a history geography discover geography. I link to you, and then you can look at the way they point back to Adam. So what I'm saying right now, the Christian right now, they are black people try to preach the gospel in Israel. They got persecuted, but anyway, they not give up. They still, even a lot of different faith belief. They go to Israel to find out where is they come from. I remember I look at the documentary. You remember she died, called Whitney Houston. She's a singer. Whitney Houston. She tried to find out where her DNA, her where she come from, all that. So she went back to the group that worshiping thing in Israel. She go back to Israel. So they kind of get the group, because Whitney Houston, even Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson's father, they are religious, they Jehovah's Witness, Jehovah's Witness. But anyway, because more desire of the black descendant, they have more stronger faith. They are more determined, and they get more persecuted as well. So when they were sent to slave in this country, they are the one that show faith in God stronger than the white people. Did you know that? Because they have faith back in their country over there already. And then when they come to serve, whoever their master in the new land here, they keep their faith. But some of them, they convert as well. They convert to the white people that have faith like that, like the pilgrim from England. That is. But I would say that if it's truly, when we see Adam in the beginning, and now this Adam try to display that, yeah, it's true. Adam was not white skin. Adam was already dark skin. So your skin, you're dark first, and then me, I'm lighter than you, and then the lighter later on. That's the work of Satan.
Yeah, Brother Nan, very soon my phone will go
Okay.
Because I was outside and it got low battery,
Uh-huh.
and now the power has gone.
Okay.
We are the power's gone now. We are
Yeah, you cut off. Yeah.
It's night.
Uh-huh.
It's night here.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, but you could what your phone okay? You want to continue to talk about that?
It will go off anytime.
Okay, cool. And tap. Okay, then it's good to hear from you that off and then it's okay, right? No more until you come back in another day.
Yeah, it will go off anytime.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow maybe we talk again from where we have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Though I have a project. There's a friend who gave me a project. That the owner of that company, the soaps I told you.